Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Local Lowdown podcast. We are located in South Central Texas. On this podcast, we do a weekly review of all the newspapers in Lavaca County, Texas, and also the Luling Newsboy and Signal located in Luling, Texas. After the reviews, we will have a conversation about different subjects all over the Lone Star State. Some of these things can get quite comical. Thanks for listening. And now, here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
All right, everyone, here we are, and welcome to the Local Lowdown. And you may not know this, but this is take two for us. We started one and realized it wasn't recording, so we're going to do it better, right?
I hope so. We spent about 15 minutes already talking, and then you realize it's not recording, so I guess we had to do it again. But we welcome you to the Local Lowdown. That's the best I can do in replacement of Murray.
Yes, and where is Murray? MIA again.
Well, I don't know where he's at today. Sometimes he has things he has to do on Thursday, so.
Yeah, I mean that he can't do on Saturday or Sunday. Whatever, Murray. We miss you, I think.
Yes, we do.
All right, well, we started.
You're awfully big shoes to fill, that's for sure.
For sure. We started with the Molten Eagle. And so we'll start back with the Molten Eagle. And the first thing I had you talk on was elections.
That's right. Well, that's one of the major rights that all you American citizens have, is to be able to go out and vote. And this election coming up, early voting starts next Tuesday, the 17th. And it's involving the primary voting, Democrat Party and Republican Party primary. And what basically that means is if whatever party you vote in or decide to vote in, you're gonna go there to select your nominations, who will then run in November in a general election against the nomination of the other party. So whether it be a Republican or a Democrat, they're both going out to do that. I mean, you can't vote in both of them. If you're going to go there, you're going to vote in the Democrat Party election, you got to just vote in the Democrat Party, or the same thing for the Republican Party. So, and we have some interesting races. A lot of them, like for example, the senator's race, U.S. senator's race has three people running for that position, and one of them is the incumbent John Cornyn. And then, of course, your governor's race is the same thing. And the only thing in the county is a race for Commissioner 2 and Precinct 2, which basically takes in all of Moulton primarily, and then part of Shiner, and then also part of Hallettsville. And there's three people running for that, including the incumbent Wayne Faircloth, along with Pat J. Stiffick and Joshua Miller.
We think it's Miller.
We think that's the way you pronounce it. If we are making a mistake, we apologize for that. But that's probably the only major race in the county, and it's only on the Republican Party side. The Democrat Party doesn't have anybody. So if one of those three candidates wins by more than 50 plus 1% of the vote, if I'm saying that right, they would be the commissioner, because the Democrat Party doesn't have a candidate in that particular on the ballot.
But if you want to vote for one of these three people, you'd have to go in and vote on the Republican side, right?
Yes, you would, which means that's the only side you could vote for.
Right. So keep that in mind. If you go Democrat, this will not appear on your...
Now, the thing is, you can, then when the November election comes along in those other races, even if you voted in one particular party, you can then vote either side in November. So it's kind of a weird thing, but that's the way they work it. And that's all starts Tuesday, the 17th. It runs through the 27th as far as early voting. All of it done in Hallettsville here at the Lavaca County Annex Building. The general election is on Tuesday, March the 3rd. So get out and vote.
Yes, and next week we'll have a voter's guide inserted in your newspaper. So that you can check that out, and it will help you. Inside your paper, now Jimmy told me earlier, you're not done?
One more thing. I might mention, I just thought of it. They have a bunch of propositions too. Ooh. And that might be where you get your guide too on what you're mentioning on the League of Women Voters guide. That'll kind of give their feelings of a nonpartisan type of thought of how to vote. if you're not sure.
Yes, and knowledge is key, right?
That's right.
Or you'll have to do any, mini, miny, mo. And Jimmy is taking me to vote, so don't y'all worry, I'll be voting. Now, Jimmy told me earlier he does not have a Valentine's gift yet for his lovely bride, but that doesn't mean he doesn't love her. But we do have two gentlemen, Murray and Henry, both having competing articles in the paper on Valentine's Day. So
really,
pick which one you want to read, or read them both, right?
I would suggest read them both.
I suggest I'm going to say I read them both. We have one obituary, Joyce Marie Lukowski.
Well, our condolences to their family.
Yes, and then we talked a little bit about sports already, that basketball's district play is coming to an end for the boys next week. Girls just ended, and we're pretty sure that the Lady Kittens from Moulton are definitely won their district. I don't know about the boys yet because they won 2 last week, so they may be
probably if we took a little time and read the articles. Of course, when you put the papers out on Wednesday, you don't really get a chance to look at everything. Yeah, it comes
really fast. And then we talked a lot about the screwworm, not a whole lot, except that a fly, after it has babies, dies. Or after its mates. And it can lay 3,000 eggs at one time. And of course, it's a real concern to the beef industry, with Lavaca County being one of the largest beef industries in the state. It could cause a major problem. Right now, they're just trying to get ahead of it, and they're tracking it and tracking where these cases are at. The closest cases in Nuevo Leon, which is about 200 miles into Mexico, close to on the Laredo or near Laredo. And so they're trying to do the best they can to make sure it doesn't come any further, because it could be a very devastating thing to our beef industry, as well as all livestock, even deer in the wild, or anything that basically birds aren't affected as much, but any mammal type animal could be affected. So, mammal type animal, that rhymed, Jimmy.
Did it really?
Yes.
Well, hopefully everybody knows what a mammal is.
Hopefully. I bet Clayton Kelly with 2 E's does.
Maybe not.
Does not.
We might have to explain it to him.
So then we talked about how, we're moving on to Hallettsville and the Tribune Herald. I don't even know if I said what dates these were for, did I? The first time I did. Second time, not so sure.
I don't know if you did.
Well, it's the 11th and 12th of February. And we're getting close, of course, to Valentine's Day, as we mentioned. But over last weekend, Chuck Groff was a little busy, and he went to the retiring ceremony of nearly almost 3,000 flags that the American Legion and VFW Post held along with the Boy Scouts. And so we talked about how the proper way to dispose of a flag is to burn it, but you really shouldn't do it on your own. You should find one of the disposals.
Really, these veteran organizations hold ceremonies like that, and that's really the proper way to rid yourself of tattered or torn up American flags that have been out for a while and got all wind whipped and whatever. So it's a good way to do it, and we really appreciate the American Legion and VFW and the Boy Scouts for holding that ceremony. What is it? They burnt over 3,000 flags. Wow, that's a lot of flags.
That is. Not the ones in Chuck's office, though.
Well, right. There's some in Chuck's office that he's had there for maybe 2 years already.
But he's going to take them, right?
Well, let's hope so.
I got a picture of a screwworm just so we are knowing what we're dealing with this scary creature, and everyone is upset about it. I think it's so cute. Look at its little eyeballs. Anyway, that happened, and so I wanted to make sure we all knew what this devil looked like, and it's really red, so I thought that was fitting. And you went to the school board.
Yeah.
And that's where we realized we were cut off, I think. Go ahead.
Anyway, they passed they had a resolution they had to either pass or neglect, and basically all school districts are facing this. It's Senate Bill 11, which is to approve a resolution that allows the students and employees to have time during the school day. It can't interrupt class time, but they can allow some time for them to pray and also read the Bible or other religious text or whatever it might be. It's just something that the state legislature required, and that's all that amounts to. And basically, in my understanding, all the schools in the area are doing some type of thing like this already.
Oh, well, I think that's good. But I went to Catholic school, so we prayed every day, so it seems normal to me.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. We won't get into all that right now.
All right. And then you also went to Commissioner's Court.
Yeah, and they're having a problem with these big trucks that are coming in with oil field equipment, traveling on roads which go across bridges, especially happening up in the Precinct 2 region. And, of course, these trucks travel over, they're real heavy, and they travel over bridges that aren't supposed to really support that kind of weight. And basically, it could cause some major problems and damage to not only the bridges but the roads itself. So the court is trying to come up with a way to work with the oil companies and make up a thing where they have to prove it all, and then basically, if they're caught doing that, the sheriff's office could fine them, could write them a ticket or a citation. And so it hasn't anything been taken place fully yet, but they're trying to do something like that.
And we had 2 more people sentenced at court. So read about that. Clayton Kelly with 2 E's.
Wrote that,
and Jimmy was very grateful.
You bet.
I messed up and I forgot to change Chuck's 50 years ago. So if you didn't read last week's, now's a good time to go back and read it. There will be a new one next week. But Henry Joe, he has a new question, right? Yep. What is the highest scoring game in history of the National Football League by number of combined points? Includes both regular season and postseason games.
He told me the answer, but I don't remember it, but it's pretty high. Let's put it like that.
Well, that's interesting. And then we have quite a few obituaries. We have Daniel H. Cubiena, Stephen Clinton Cosa, Joyce Marie Lukowski, and Rosemary Groff.
Mary Rose Groff.
Oh, Mary Rose. What did I say?
You said Rosemary.
Do you think I'm having dyslexia?
Anyway, our condolences to their families. We feel really sorry about the loss of a loved one.
Yes, that's always hard. Roy, who works in one of our sister offices, which I can't think which, Caldwell, has been working on sections every month. Jimmy's checking to make sure we're still recording. We are. Every month. And it's an agribusiness section. So if you have any interest in being part of that, you can always contact our office and we'll put you in touch with Roy. But he's talking about, he talked to some ranchers about heifer replacements and then soil testing.
And of course, we see a lot of advertisements with it, which we really appreciate all the people that advertise those 2 pages. I know Roy goes out and tries to solicit some advertisement. He's gotten some here, and it's really nice, and we thank you for that.
Thank you very much for all the support. And then I had another, I feel like now I'm all about my mistakes. I had another mistake. The pictures were swapped last week for the showmanship buckles and the grand champion buckles. So that is fixed and in our paper this week. And Hope Livestock Show is coming up on Saturday, February 21st. Now we're going to go to the second section, which starts with Chucky Groff. And
Chucky, he's busy
tax
as always.
Realignment, what do you say about that? You know anything?
I read it, but it's basically just like in the UIL, the public school side of the schools. They realign every 2 years. In other words, that means they base it upon enrollment numbers, and the TAPS side, which includes Sacred Heart and St. Paul, also do it. And theirs is a lot more. I guess the word is crazy, because I was looking at how the girls are going to have to travel. Almost every district game will be over toward Houston and Katy and that direction. So it's kind of a different, they do the same thing.
Yeah, it is. It's Missouri City, Cypress City.
And of course this involves St. Paul as well, not just Sacred Heart. At
least that trip is close for them. They get each other.
Yeah.
And St. Paul and Sacred Heart played last week, and Sacred Heart fell to St. Paul in both the boys and girls game.
They have a bitter rival, everything they play against, no matter what it might be. Football, basketball, baseball, softball, you name it.
It just doesn't change, right?
Nope.
And then we have 2 signees, Hudson Chenard, who will play baseball at Paris Junior College. Where is that?
I think it's up in the Dallas area, if I'm not mistaken.
And Weston Loudon will play baseball at Texas A&M Kingsville, which is up beyond Corpus over there.
Yes.
All right, and we have some soccer stuff going on. We have the softball and baseball schedules. We have the Meet the Athletes, which we thank those sponsors. And we, of course, thank American Shield for the Athlete of the Week.
And, of course, girls basketball has ended up, and I think playoffs start this coming week as well.
That's right.
And I thought I read somewhere where the Lady Bramas will be playing Poth on Monday
Yeah,
night.
I saw it was announced kind of today, but I didn't look at it.
It's not in the paper, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't think so. I think it was announced like this morning or last night. And then the cheerleaders from Hallettsville High earned a top 10 finish at state, so congratulations to them. I've seen them cheer. They do a really good job. And then Sheriff Greenwell does his year in review. So read all of the details he has about what 2025 looked like in the eyes of the sheriff. We're going to Yoakum. Now, Yoakum hasn't had a wreck in a while, thankfully, but here we go. Well, hopefully we won't start the trend again, but that makes the front page of the Yoakum newspaper, along with early voting and some concession stand remodeling and all of that fun stuff. You can read about Commissioner's Court from Jimmy in Lavaca County, and then what Clayton found at the DeWitt Commissioner's Court.
Yeah, Yoakum's paper gets a report on both of the Commissioner Courts.
It can be a little confusing sometimes.
Yes, it could.
We have 2 obituaries, Barbara Lauer and Gordon Jones. Condolences to their families. Lots of softball, baseball, soccer, all basketball, all the sports happening. Golf. Spring is just, it's intense.
Yes, it is intense. It sure is.
It's just a lot.
Being a former coach, I know that too.
It is more than your heart can desire sometimes. But congrats to all the athletes and best of luck of the rest of their season as they keep working hard. I know that they are busy.
Of course, we have a lot of classified ads, which we're grateful for as well.
Yes, keep them coming. And we have the chili cook-off that will be happening at Land of
Where's
Leather.
Where's that at?
In Yoakum next week. As they brought Land of Leather. Now, we didn't say it on this second recording. I did have a wisdom tooth out.
We'll blame her tooth for that.
So,
or missing
it's
tooth.
It's so hard to talk. No, it's not. I think I've been blessed. It's not as painful as I thought. My head hurts a little bit more from the withdrawal.
No, she's more upset that she can't have her regular
Diet
caffeine
Dr.
drink.
Pepper, yes. In it with a straw. How can you take my straw away? Anyway.
Well.
And yesterday I couldn't talk much, so that was hard. So today I'm just fighting through. All right, we'll go to Shiner.
You're going to save Luling for last. Huh?
Yes, I am.
All right.
All right, things are falling out everywhere. So Shiner, Casey's hosted a free throw contest. You can see the winners from that. Clayton talked to the Shiner superintendent about the cell phone policy that was adopted this year for all schools, but how Shiner's children or students have reacted. The Big Butt contest is this Saturday for them, so we look forward to seeing who won. You can read more about that screwworm policy. I bet the wives of those hunters are real excited about that they get to get rid of their husbands one more time.
Maybe so.
I don't think so.
That would be on Valentine's Day.
I know, right?
Around there, huh?
That's a lot. We have 2 obituaries, Joe Lee Housechild and Joyce Lukowski, who has been in a couple of our other papers. Condolences to their families. If you're some information about Shiner FFA Stock Show.
That was quick.
No, we still got another section. I just gotta find it. Here we go.
And also, you may bring it up later, that we have a fold out this week in the Shiner paper over the Shiner Comanche's football season.
Yes, honoring their season. And congrats to them. It's not easy to get to state once. They got there 2 years in a row, and I'm sure they're looking for their third return next year. Because at some point you want to bring it home, right? Mm-hmm. That's the whole goal.
But that's easier said than done.
It is. Even getting there, it seems easy when you do it sometimes, but it's not as easy as it looks.
That's exactly right.
We have some sports in Shiner. I know that it was a big game on Tuesday. I'm getting my days messed up. Tuesday between Shiner and Schulenburg, because they had both, for the boys' side, had only got a loss. Their only losses were to each other.
Oh, really?
So, or actually, Schulenburg's only loss was to Shiner. Now, Shiner's only loss is to Schulenburg. And Shiner will take on Bloomington next week, the boys, and Schulenburg will take on Flatonia. And I guess if they both win, then they'll either do a coin toss. And now, in my husband's point of view, that because of this big district, big school, small school, he says that
it makes a difference.
It doesn't matter as much to do the coin toss.
No, it doesn't, because it depends on their enrollment, unless they both fall in the same division.
Gilbert said that Schulenburg will go big and Shiner will go small.
I think Schulenburg's a little bit larger enrolled Roman school.
So with that being said, they're both going in on good standings, I guess. And congrats to the boys, as they played football a very long time. So they've done very well for not getting a whole lot of practice time as a team. They just kind of went straight into playing district.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
See how much I teach you?
I need to read the Shiner paper.
You do. Everyone needs to read the paper. And then Jimmy mentioned the pullout, so you want to pick up your paper and get that commemorative edition. And then the Luling Newsboy.
Oh, Nicole needs to be here to talk about this one.
I know, because we're going to struggle a lot with it. But there was a grass fire that got contained.
Do they have a burn ban in Caldwell County? I think they do.
I don't know.
But we don't know for sure. I would imagine so. I think pretty much all this. Well, we don't have one here in Lavaca County right now, so just keep hoping for rain.
That's right. And be smart with what you're doing.
Exactly. If it's going to be a high wind, don't go out and burn piles of trash or wood. I mean, it spreads too easy that way.
And they had 2 individuals that had spent their lives part of the city offices at City Hall or serving the city. We have the city finance officer and the city secretary who both are leaving, and big shoes to fill, so read about them. And then COPE, which is an organization of community outreach, people empowerment, and so read about their meeting. Lots of political ads that can give you great insight into who you're voting for in Caldwell County.
Yes.
We have
early voting starts there too on
the same time,
thing,
right?
but I'm not certain where they go to vote for theirs.
Yeah, I don't know either. And then the community article is a Valentine's Day message, because it's Valentine's Day. 2 cheerleaders went and they were selected. 3 cheerleaders were selected for All-American, and 2 cheerleaders raised the funds to go to Disney and participate in that. So congrats to them. We have some backstop work being done. Lots of basketball and soccer going on in
Luling as well.
It's just such a busy time. And then Nicole has a great article about how parents aren't just spectators and the role we play in the stands.
Which that's hard to do.
It is. It's harder when you've probably been a coach. I have to get a little drink. We're going to both take a drink.
Is that water good?
Not as good as that Diet Dr. Pepper would be, but it's working. So yeah, it is hard to be a spectator. Yep. And especially when you do want to you want the referees and umpires to always be fair.
You always compliment the referees, don't you?
Yeah, I always do.
Yeah, sure.
I'm very complimentary.
Well, you better be. Your husband does a lot of it. He does.
I don't even know that he's really good at it. I mean, we all make mistakes. That's the thing. Like, you want it to be fair, But you have to understand they are human and they will make mistakes.
Exactly, and they have to make it at a split-second call, too, when they do it. It's not like you get to look at 4 or 5 videos before you...
Or rewind like you did on the Super Bowl and tell me there was no block in the back.
That's right,
I didn't say there was a block in the back. My husband said there was a block.
It was on the side. He came from the... They're not going to call that kind of block anyway. Speaking of the Super Bowl.
Go for it.
Well, I don't know. It was a good Super
boring.
Bowl. It was kind of boring. Not a lot of excitement in the whole thing, except until the fourth quarter. Then it seemed like it got back and forth.
At least there was some changes in score.
And you missed out on your winning
I did.
A square on the Super Bowl pot.
And Jimmy told me I was counting my chickens, basically.
But I also told you it isn't over. And I've seen enough pro football games how quick the score changed, and I'll be dog if it did 2 or 3 times.
So, but my husband then won.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Did you get any of that money out of?
I have not gotten anything.
Well, I was worried about giving that to you,
but I handed it over quite nicely.
Good. I'm glad you did that.
I am really hoping that a Texas team gets back to the Super Bowl.
Oh yes, I'll be honest. I thought the Texans would have a good shot to get here this year, but they I don't know, they didn't play very well in one of those games and they got knocked out.
Just as state championships, it's not that easy to get there.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's why it's such when those teams make it there. It's a big you got to admire them for getting there because it's not easy.
No, it's not. So you said you were having birthday party plans this weekend.
Yeah, we all of my family right now we have them all in Texas. For a long time my oldest son and his family lived in Virginia, but they've been down here in Texas for the last couple of years and will be here one more year before they have to move back to Virginia. And so we're going to get together on Sunday, and we've ordered barbecue, and going to have a little get together like that. It's just our family, our children. I have 4 of them, and some grandchildren, 4 grandchildren that are down here in Texas, right? That are in this area. 2 of them aren't, but we'll have everybody but them. And look forward to it.
Well, that'll be a fun weekend.
Yes, it will. What are you doing this weekend?
I don't know. I hope not a whole lot.
You're going to recuperate from your tooth?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, she had a wisdom tooth pulled out yesterday, and she was a very nervous bird for all through the day.
I don't like anything medical, anything weird. And it was odd. Your face being numb is weird.
Did they put you totally out?
No, they just numbed it, so I knew everything that was happening.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. You shouldn't. I still don't understand why you can't have caffeine or soft drinks.
I don't either.
But I'm not the doctor.
I don't know. But I don't want anything bad to happen. Because they talk about dry sockets. The man told me I could bite my tongue off while my face was numb. All the things I was picturing in my mind.
Well, they got a concern, too, that when you have an opening like that make sure it doesn't get infected or anything either.
So, I'm surviving. You wouldn't know that anything happened, except every once in a while I, slur my words. But I'm trying hard. When I was talking to Ani on the way back yesterday, it was not good. I was not talking.
You wouldn't have been what they put them on those. They send those videos.
Yeah, no,
funniest video.
I wasn't that bad, but I was just trying to not bite my mouth, and I had gauze in there, and it was.
So
gross.
Did you go by yourself, or did
I did? No, he doesn't.
He didn't take you?
He thinks I'm strong.
Oh, well, you are.
I literally drove myself from the doctor's office to the hospital to have a baby. Now, granted, it was 30 feet, but yeah. Yeah, I'm stronger than I look.
So where did you have Patricia?
I had Patricia in Victoria at DTAR, the women's hospital, and the clinic's right there. But I drove that morning, and I didn't really know I was in labor, but I was. And then I finally the doctor was like, "You really need to call him and tell him he needs to come." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay.
So there's that. So I'm stronger than I look, Jimmy.
Oh, you are. You're amazing.
I am
you always say, you're amazing.
And I did get some Tooth Fairy money left on my desk from Ani and Chuck.
Well, I didn't have any on me. Actually, I'm totally broke.
Totally broke. That's a bad place to be.
Well, let's see.
You gotta pull.
I'm gonna look at my wallet. All right, let's see what. $1 bill. That's all. See,
I just earned $1 from the Tooth Fairy.
So don't complain that I don't give you anything.
Thank you, Jimmy. I'll use that to buy another water. Well, Murray, I'm very sad that you missed this day with me.
Yeah, Murray, you're hard to fill. I don't feel like I could even hold up to what you do.
Yeah, well, Murray's had a rough week. We've had some rough weeks here, but this week the computer demons hit him.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, in our line of work, a computer going down is not.
Well, Murray puts together the entire molten paper, and he's got to have it done by Tuesday noonish or so.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's pretty demanding. That's a rough day. I know Murray said that before, and of course, you do your part too. You got 2 of them to put together, not only the Tribune but the Luling Newsboy as well.
Yes, and the computer is my friend. So when it's not being my friend, it is not good. So I feel bad for Murray, but he fought through and did get that paper done. It looks good, and hopefully next week we'll have a solution to his problem. Not sure what that is yet, but I can only hope. But whatever you're doing, I hope it's fun. I hope you and Cordelia maybe go see that baby soon. I hope that...
hopefully that's what you did do.
Maybe. And I sure hope you didn't forget to get her a Valentine's present.
I would say he'd probably go,
Probably. I don't know. Henry said he was good. It's a long time away when I asked him yesterday. I said,
Henry?
well, it's Saturday. But I don't usually get a whole lot for Valentine's either.
You know, to me, it's a fabricated thing. I mean, cards and flowers, and I've never been a person for flowers because you buy them,
they die,
and in a week's time they're dead or dying.
It's dead money, Jimmy. Just dying money.
I'd rather buy something that's worthwhile.
But support your local flower shops.
Yeah, that's right. No, I don't mean to say it like that.
We're kidding.
I mean, it's good we have that because it's a nice gesture. But I've never been much for it. That's my opinion.
I hope that my mouth will be well enough that I can eat something normal. That's
you can
my
eat
hope.
Jello and ice cream right now. That's
not
pretty
really
normal.
Fun. No,
ice cream is good.
I'm not a big ice cream fan.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay. What is your favorite ice cream?
Rocky Road, and that has nuts. And I don't think I'm supposed to have nuts.
I see.
Or cookies and cream, and that has Oreos.
It has Oreos in it. Yes, it does.
I mean, I guess I could do vanilla, but how boring. But my favorite way to do vanilla is with the Big Red.
You like a float then, huh?
And I can't do that. See? Oh my gosh.
Can't do that? Oh, that's right. Well, no, Big Red doesn't have caffeine.
But it's carbonated.
That's right. It is.
I'm just out of luck, guys. This is hard. This is suffrage, but I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, you will.
Well, I guess we're going to call it a day, and I hope this all recorded. Seems like it did. 33 minutes, that's pretty short. You want to talk longer?
No, I don't want to talk.
He does not.
I gotta go.
He's ready to go for lunch. So thank you for coming out here and talking with me twice,
No
Jimmy.
problem.
And I hope everyone does have a great Valentine's Day and a great weekend. And Murray and I will see you back next week. Bye.
Bye.